We are now also recording. Yay! So, hi everybody. Welcome to Ladies Power Lunch. It's Free Gift Friday. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm really excited because today I have with me here in the illustrious Ladies Power Lunch studios, not that illustrious actually. I have with me Casey, and Casey, let's just give you guys a little background. Casey is the daughter of a friend. So it feels kind of like bring your daughter to work Friday, even though I don't have any daughters. Mom of boys, guys, three boys in my house. It's a crazy place, but it's fine. So, Casey, welcome. So glad that you're here. Also, have joining us over here on the Zoom is Lorraine. Lorraine, would you mind introducing yourself? Just telling everybody who you are and what it is that you do before we dive into the wonderful world of Google Docs.
Perfect. My business, Lorraine Sanborn, my business, excuse me, is Fabulous Begins at 50. I started with the Isogenics products, which I've chosen to use the week I turned 72, and that was 7 years ago. So I am a walking, living testimonial for the value of the products and how great they work. And I'm looking for people that I can share the products with and a way to create an additional stream of income.
Beautiful. So happy that you're able to make it onto the call with us today. So, Casey, welcome. This is a
Thank
wonderful,
you.
wonderful opportunity for me because I so do love your mom, and she is such an inspiration to all of us. But let's not have you sit in her shadow. Let's just bring you right to the forefront and have you tell us, Casey, who are you and what it is that you're doing in the world?
Yeah, hello. My name is Casey Banville. I am the daughter of Deepada, or Miss Positivity. I am currently a senior musical theater major at Dean College in Franklin, Mass. On top of that, I am also working at Greenheart Living as an editor. So you'll definitely see me editing your chapters and formatting them and putting them in the right places for some Ladies Power Lunch collaborations. And I'm really excited to be here.
Awesome. That's great. So, I brought you here today to talk to us about something that we're probably all using all day long, every day. And just like everything else for entrepreneurs, we kind of learn by doing. So there may be features that we have overlooked. There may have been things that we don't even know about that we could be doing so much better with the technology that we're already using. And so here you are as an editor who's always using Google Docs, you're actually going to give us a little bit of a walkthrough to show us how we can optimize our use of Google Docs. I'm looking forward to it. So, Casey, what is it that we should be knowing?
Oh man, there is so much to know about Google Docs, but basically some of the basics that I want to go through today is just how to create a doc, how to share a doc, and also how to comment on a doc because some people don't know that there's that feature where you don't have to change anything. But if you see something that you don't like, but you don't want to change it yet, you can highlight it, comment on it. So the comment will be there. And then you can go back later, look at the comment, and if you fix it, resolve it. So there's all kinds of cool little features that we can just go through super, super quick. I'm just
I have a quick question for you. We're always using all sorts of different technology products to run our businesses better. What would be the advantage of for somebody who's never used Google Suite of products before, who might be, old school, sticking with the Microsoft product line, why would you say that they should check out using the Google Suite?
definitely check out using Google Suite because you can use it anytime, anywhere on any computer. So if your computer crashes, my friend, God bless her, she was writing a 15-page paper for class and she was on page 12. It was like 12 hours before the deadline. All of a sudden, her computer crashes and dies. She was doing it on Word. It's gone. 12 pages, gone. She was using Google Docs, then she could have just logged on to any other computer in the library and that whole paper would have been there. She wouldn't have lost a thing. So it's within the Google Drive and within the Google Suites. So you can access Google on any computer, so you can access those products and your documents from any computer in case for some reason, because it happens, your computer crashes. So that's what I think the biggest advantage about Google Docs is.
And I think it's not just if your computer crashes. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, sometimes you have to use multiple devices, right? Or I might not have my laptop with me, but I might have my phone or I might have my iPad. And yesterday I had a whole workshop, a whole 90-minute workshop that I was able to run from my iPad just because I was able to just pull up Google Docs right there on my iPad, as opposed to going back to my car in the freezing weather, finding my iPad and being late for my call and things like that. So sometimes it just helps. I want to invite everybody who's watching us over on our Facebook group. I want to say hi, I want to say welcome. And I want to invite you to just put a comment in the chat so we can know you're there, because today is Free Gift Friday. And for those of you that I know are attending, you will be able to get a free gift. So that's awesome. So go ahead, share with us, how should we be using Google Docs?
Yes. So there are some great features within Google Docs, but what I find is one of the biggest advantages of it is that you can work with someone on the same document at the same time and make changes in real time. I have worked on many a group project for school, and we always do it through Docs because you can share it with someone through email. They'll get it within their drive, and then you can work on it together at the same time in real time rather than type it up on Word, send it out, they type some stuff back, send it back, and just play a back and forth game. You can just work together and save a bunch of time that way.
I love that. I love that. So, did you want to go ahead and share your screen with us and just walk us through a little bit of how we can use it?
I would love to.
And I want to say hi to everybody who's over on Facebook. Robin says, I've been using Google Drive for years. It's great to be able to access from anywhere. And hi, Noelle. We see you over there as well. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Have you...
Let's do this.
There we go.
All right, you should be able to share your screen so that everybody can see it, including everybody over in our Ladies Power Lunch Facebook group.
There we go. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head to Google. There we go. And then this little grid up in the corner that looks like a 3x3 grid, you're going to click on it. Click on the little recycling sign that looks like Drive. That'll take you to your Google Drive homepage. So this is where all my documents live. As you can see, I am fairly organized. I love to have folders that I name and put different colors on them, so I keep organized. But in order to create a new document, you're going to go to this little new plus sign here. Go to Document, Google Docs. It'll take you to a new window where your document will live. I suggest naming your document right away because if you don't, you might not keep track of it. There we go. This is my brand new document. Aha. And you see this little thing up in the corner that says Save to Drive. When you're typing, it's going to look like a little wheel and say saving. So let's say I'm typing, it's saving. So the great thing about Google is that it automatically saves. You don't have to worry about pressing the save button or accidentally Xing out and everything's gone. It saves automatically for you as you go. So let's say I want to work with Dr. Davia on this. Dr. Davia, I'm sorry. Let me share it with her so she can work on it too. So I'm going to type in Dr. Davia, what would be your email address, if that's okay?
Let's go with Dr. Davia Shepherd at hotmail.com. Yes, ma'am.
There it is. So I can just click on that or press enter. And once I press send, that will share the document with her. So Dr. Davia will get a link to hop onto this document, and she can work on it with me as well. So
And
that's something.
I want to point out to everybody that when you shared it with me, you shared it with me as an editor. So you've given me permission to be able to go in the document and do things that I want to. You could have shared it for me to just be a viewer so that I could only read it, but I couldn't do anything to it. So that's also a nice advantage.
Yep. So if I ever wanted to change that, you can change that as well. So right now, yep, you're an editor. You could be a viewer, which means you're only able to view it, not able to make any suggestions or changes. That's good for like template stuff. Or you can be a commenter where you can't change anything, you can't edit anything, but you can make comments on it. So let's say I make you a commenter. That means can't type, can't change anything. But what you can do is if you see something that you don't necessarily like, you can highlight it, press this little button that over here that looks like a speech button, and it'll say add comment, and say, I don't like that. Maybe let's change it. And comment. So then you haven't necessarily changed anything, but there's still this comment over there that you're like, oh, maybe I should change that. And if you do change it, I'm typing right now, more specific, perfect. So I changed it. I can press this check mark to resolve that comment and not see it again.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that's kind of the basics of Google Docs. There's some hacks that we can go over.
Okay, so yes, like I said, as entrepreneurs, for the most part, nobody's out here taking a class about how to use Google Docs. We just dive in and start learning by using. What are some little hacks that we might be able to employ that might make us more efficient when we're using our Google Docs?
Yeah, so I've been talking about a lot about Word versus Google Docs. One or the other. It's a power struggle. It's not a power struggle. They change intermittently with each other. So there's this great feature both on Google Docs where you can either upload a document from Word to Google Docs or you can transfer a Google Doc into Word. So let's go with this doc into Word first. What you're going to do is you're going to press File, you're going to press Download, and you see all these different formats. So you can even save it as a PDF if you'd like. But I want to transfer this doc to Word. So it's going to download into this little bar down here. You press it, and that'll open it up to Word. And there's your new document. Same document from Google, just on Word. You press Enable Editing, and you can make changes in real time on this document. So it's now in your Word. And let's say I want to bring something from Word into Google. I'm going to go to my Drive homepage. I'm going to go to that New button, click File, Upload. Let's find, all right, so I want to upload this to Google Docs. So I press it, I press Open, it's uploading, and let's click on it. Let's check it, make sure the formatting is okay. And there's my document, straight from Word onto Google. Everything looks good, and it's the same way I left it. So it's really nice, especially if you like to be a Word person, but you want to have a backup for your stuff in case for some reason your computer crashes. You can upload all of those documents from Word onto Google to make sure that they stay safe.
I love that. So Casey, I'm one of those people, a little bit on the old school side, but looking at me, you'll understand. I've been around since dinosaurs roamed the earth. So what I grew up on is using Word. I mean, when I was, learning how to use these things, that was the platform I started working with. And I feel also maybe there's a little bit of safety with some files just residing on my computer and not being necessarily available to the cloud. It could be a safety that's in my head. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, the beautiful thing about being able to transition between the two platforms in that way is so beneficial. And I'll tell you, for example, when I'm working on something that only I need to be seeing, I'm probably working in Word, and then being able to upload something to Google Suite and then share it out with others, then I have that benefit there. So it's really, really great. Anything else you think we might have been missing with using Google Docs that, we could be doing a little bit better or knowing a little bit more about?
I think something specific for Ladies Power Lunch and the collaborations that you guys have been doing. Let me share my screen one more time. There we go. So we have these templates for you guys for the chapters, right? There's Audra's chapter. Let me scroll down a little bit here if I can. Musical theater. I can't find my scroll bar. There it is. Okay, Zoom is hiding it. So LPL Transformation 2020. So we have a copy of chapter template. So this is the chapter template. This is what you will fill in to create your chapter for the collaboration book. It says, please make a copy of this before adding your content. Well, how do you do that? Especially if you don't want to copy and paste the whole thing. So there's this nifty little button. You're going to press the file button right over here and press make a copy. And you can choose to put this in your drive, and it'll be there. You can choose to put it in any folder you'd like in your drive, but I'm just gonna put it in my drive. That's where it's gonna live. I'm gonna press OK. And then it's gonna take me to my copy of the chapter template. So this is one where nobody else can see it. This is my copy. So I can edit it however I want to be my chapter for Ladies Power Lunch, and it'll be there. So you can still follow the template and the format and not screw up the original template, but have your own and fill it in with the click like 2 buttons.
Beautiful, beautiful. Talk to us a little bit about any plugins or apps or anything that that integrates really, really well with the Google Suite that we might be able to benefit from using.
That's a good question. Something that I've been really encouraging my mom to use is Google Forms. That's another app on the Google Suite. And it's very good for helping people register for things, keeping track of emails and whatnot. She uses it to help people register for her pajama parties that she does over Zoom. And I think that's definitely a very helpful tool, especially for anybody who is a business owner trying to host an event and you want to get the word out, but you don't want to email everybody individually and get emails from all over the place. Google Forms is a great place to just create a little questionnaire where they can answer a couple questions. You can edit the questions however you want to, and you have that list, that solid list, to email out what you need.
Awesome. I think maybe if you just share your screen one more time, and we can show everybody where they can find all the other Google Suite apps that are available to them.
Absolutely. So this is my favorite place. This little grid down here will show you a good portion of the apps that you have. So Maps, YouTube, News, Gmail, Drive, Calendar, Photos. I use Photos all the time. And then if you keep going down, you'll see Docs and Sheets and Slides. And those are all within Drive, but you can access specifically your documents, your Excel sheets, and PowerPoint presentations.
Absolutely. I do use Google Sheets a lot for making spreadsheets, especially when we're working on our Ladies Power Lunch Summits. It's so useful because I can have my spreadsheet and have everything outlined. I mean, it's like what you guys are doing with the collaboration books, you're working with like 20 different authors. We're working like with 25 different speakers. And so
Mhm.
all I need to do is just do my spreadsheet one time and just share it with everybody. And we've tried to use in the past other software programs or apps, but not everybody has access to all sorts of different apps. So if we're using Airtable or if we're using Asana or something else, maybe one or two of our speakers might have a learning curve as far as those apps go. But Google Suite is so simple and intuitive that everybody can hop right on and learn it really, really easily. So I definitely recommend that if you're not already using the full complement of the Google Suite, you should definitely tune in and just check it out. And also, it doesn't mean that you have to stop using the other things that you're using because it's very integration friendly for sure. Any last words before we dive into giving away our free gift? Anything else that you want to tell us about Google Docs today?
I
Anything we might have missed?
I think that's about it for what I've got to say. And if you guys are looking to learn more, I did teach a course on this with Elizabeth Hill and Green Heart Living. So that is posted in Ladies Power Lunch, the group, the recording, as well as Writers High. And we have step-by-step documents with pictures, which will be coming out very, very soon.
Awesome. I think maybe there's an opportunity for us to tag that training and keep it up in the announcements so that people can just refer to it really, really easily if they have any questions or concerns. And maybe there's also an opportunity for us to upload it onto our YouTube page so because people go there to find trainings there as well. So let's give something away from Green Heart Living. How about we give away today a copy of The Great Pause? I feel like that's a really, really good gift for us to give away because as much as we might think we're back to normal, the fact of the matter is we're still in a COVID situation. We're still in that pandemic pause, and we could all use some good news right about now. So, may I ask you to choose a number between 1 and 5?
I'm going to go with 3.
Let's see who our lucky winner is today. And our lucky winner is Lorraine.
Oh,
Lorraine.
thank you. Thank you. I have it on my Kindle, but it's not as easy to read. So I will definitely appreciate that copy. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Awesome. So, thank you guys so much for joining in with us today. And thanks to everybody who joined us over on our Facebook page. For those of you who are watching the replay on YouTube or listening to us on our podcast, want to say make sure you like and subscribe if you have the opportunity to rate us. Only 5 stars, please, and say something nice so other people can find our show. Thank you, Casey, so much for coming and sharing your gifts and talents with us. Thanks, Lorraine, for tuning in. And look at
Oh, you're
that.
welcome.
You are our big winner today. You're
Thank you so
always
much.
a winner. And
Thank you.
thanks to everybody who joined us over on Facebook. Have a great day, guys, and we'll see you on the next show. Bye.
Bye.